Hey, what's going on, guys? Diinx here with another solo queue commentary. This is a diamond level game. This is my fourth commentary today. I have Chauster against Chromaticize, which is Diinx's alt account, and Robert X. Lee. Those two are duoing together. Again, this is a diamond level game. Volt Ninja. There's several notable players in this game. It should be very exciting. I believe Chauster is actually playing with KT Turtle against Chromaticize and Robert Lee here in this bottom lane, which we're actually going to open up right now. This is about 7.5 minutes into the game. You see a lot of pings coming off here. Vi, played by Medios on Chauster's team, actually just ganked bottom lane. There's a lot of pings coming off the map. It's 0-3 in favor of purple. They're about a K.2, about 1,200 gold up. Looks like Robert Lee playing Draven here, Chromaticize playing Janna. Diinx, of course, a very good Janna, very well-known Janna player, though he typically plays AP. But you see him actually doing a lot of damage here, zoning Chauster and KT Turtle out. Now, Draven is a very good duelist. He doesn't lose to anyone if they know what they're doing, 1v1. Vayne has a relatively weak laning phase, has to hit 6 and wait for those team fights where she can kind of play cleanup crew. But you see Chauster and KT Turtle there kind of push back on the turret. They're just going to kind of soak as much farm as they can, get as much XP as they can, and the safety of their turret. A lot of damage coming off of Robert Lee onto Chauster. Turn around, juggling those axes, putting out as much damage as possible. This turret's actually almost dead. It looks like Draven already has a kill. In fact, he rushed a BF sword. So he has that. Doesn't have boots, but he has a BF sword and he's got a Doran's. Whereas Vayne only has a Vamp Scepter and Doran. So she's definitely in no way, shape, or form ready to trade with Draven. She's just going to try to soak the XP. Lux against Ziggs. Both very harassy skill shot based champions. It looks like Vi is actually here with Rumble, going to bait it actually, at least already used the repel to engage, so she had absolutely no disengage with Vi in the bush there. And we're able to pick up the first kill of the game on blue side. Gave that to Rumble actually, 38 CS on Rumble, 61 on Elise. So prior to that gank, Rumble was actually getting zoned pretty hard by the Elise. And you see Draven and Janna here took that turret, slow coming off onto Lulu and Vayne. Vayne did a great sort of defensive knockback there to Draven, pinned him to the wall. Ziggs came down for the hopeful gank, but good thing Lulu and Vayne actually backed off there. Chauster playing quite defensively. But you see Lux came down in there to answer as well. Vi's on the red side of the jungle. Volt Ninja is purple team's jungle. He's on the top here. Looks like he's about to do golems. You see the pings coming off on the map. So blue might be able to capitalize on something. However, Draven and Janna actually backed off. So they're just going to keep the bottom farm, keep the lane frozen right here by their turret, and try and soak as much XP. Keep her farm up until team fighting. That's all blue wants to do right now, is kind of survive until team fighting. Draven and Janna, having pushed that turret, now have control of Dragon. They do have a lot of vision over there. You can see there's no blue wards on the map. In fact, purple's pinging J4, Jarvan, and Dragon. They want him to rotate down so that they can capitalize on blue's lack of vision to get that Dragon and continue that snowball bottom lane. They want to pressure as much as possible. Looks like Draven and Janna, actually, let's go down here and check him out, are actually 2v1ing this Dragon here. So Draven, a lot of damage again when he can juggle those axes. Janna puts a shield on him, mitigates some of that damage, and boosts his AD by quite a good amount. And you see Lux doing a Dragon, and I can't tell. It looks like Draven got the Dragon, actually. May have been with an auto attack, may have been with the dot. Very close. Medios on Vi tried to dash over the wall to get the smite, but it just was not done in time. Ziggs continuing to push the lane. Elise pushing the lane. Bottom sort of back to the stalemate here. And Jarvan's actually basing right now. So purple is the more aggressive team right now. They're trying to keep this lane advantage. They're trying to keep their vision advantage. They did get Dragon, so they're sitting now about 2.5k gold up. And they wanna snowball with that. You see actually the shield coming off onto Draven. Vayne pops her ult. Doesn't quite get the kill. She was able to... Lulu was able to ult the Vayne there, keep her bigger, and actually deter Draven from fighting. Draven really relies on juggling those axes for that burst damage. And with Janna's shield, it only lasted about a split second. Lulu's ult definitely saved Vayne there. Allowed... Vayne probably could have killed him, actually. I think he thought the knockback would have killed him. Probably could have used that to pin him into the wall and secure that kill, but all happened too quick. So Lux mid right now, 97 CS, did rush Chalice, 109 CS on Ziggs, rushed Tier. So both, neither one very offensive right now. Both of them just farming, pushing, keeping that mana regen items on them in lane by kind of taunting this Ziggs a little bit. He actually kept him from recalling, which is great because that Ziggs is actually She forced her away from turret a little bit, but Jarvan is here to answer that gank. And Vi tried to do an emergency ult there on Ziggs. Did force him to flash. Vayne and Chauster are actually showing up mid, doing as much damage as they can. Get the Lulu slow, but they're going to choose to just attack the turret. No crazy dives right now. Of course, if Vayne did ult and try to, because she gets stealth every time she tumbled, that would not work by the turret because it does grant vision of her. So Toxic good now. This Lux player back in the lane. Looks like Vayne is going to back off. Rumble still pushed to his turret by this Elise. Takes a ton of damage. Would probably die in a 1v1. Wants to just farm as safe as he can underneath the turret. And save his ult for her engage. A lot of Elise players are very aggressive. They like to throw a couple Qs down. Does percent base damage. When you get to half or lower, then they'll just ult right on top of you. And Ziggs actually trying to get that blue buff from the Jarvan there. Not quite enough damage on it. But anyways, Elise is yeah, they'll typically get you about half or lower, and then they'll just rappel right on top of you, jump to you with Spider, which does percent base damage, the lower health that you are, and then they'll just get out scot-free. Rumble can be a little bit difficult because he does have a lot of move speed. He does have that shield. They can mitigate a little bit of damage, and that ult just puts a huge slow and a big dot on that player, makes it hard for them to escape a turret dive. He's dropping his ult there, more of a deterrent. Going to go ahead and base now. At least it's about half health. Maybe that'll force her to base as well. The game is 1-4. Purple is 3k gold up. They're probably going to just keep playing defensively. Going to keep farming and waiting for this next dragon. Again, at a higher elo play like this, the lanes really want to just farm and get to that mid game and really team fight around dragons. Dragons are going to be what distributes the gold evenly amongst the team and allows you to get items and kind of slowly snowball the game. I keep saying by Vayne actually popping her ult as sort of a deterrent to Draven there, who wants to play very aggressive. Gets her shield from Janna, splits Chauster and the Vayne apart, and then just tries to rush in, but Vayne was actually very low mana. Took a lot of damage initially, popped her ult to get away, did get the recall off. You see Vi actually coming top. There was a ping from Rumble. When Vi hits 6 and she's able to ult, just like she's doing right now, actually a perfect repel by Elise, sort of completely negated that ult from Vi. She still gets the knockback though, and repel being blown, flash blown from Elise. She's trying to close that gap. Can he get the slow? He does have the speed boost here. Slow hit the spider, and Elise gets away. That was a perfect repel. What Vayne does and why she's so dangerous is because she hits you with her ult, and it just basically closes a massive gap between her and her target, and then she'll just knock you into the air and knock you back and CC you for just enough time for her lane opponent to actually get the kill on you. Jarvan and Ziggs actually coming up here to answer that gank. Very good ult by Lux. Does manage to pick up the Ziggs. They're going to continue diving. A lot of damage coming from bottom here as well. Looks like Lulu and Vayne being very aggressive against this Draven. Does get the ult off. Perfect ult by Janna. Actually knocks the Vayne away for just a split second, canceling that auto attack that would have killed Draven. And now it's just going to be a free kill here for the Draven. Very, very well played. Draven got a double kill there. He is sitting at 3-0, 123 CS to Vayne's 98 CS, 0-3. So a BT on Vayne. Draven has a BT and is going to base right here, probably after the turret, and pick up another couple items, getting a pretty significant lead on this Vayne. Now, the interesting thing about this is that Vayne against Draven's going to win that if he's able to maintain his juggling. However, both of the supports are very very unique in the CC that they provide, and it really comes down to, that fight is won or lost based on Chromaticize's Janna or Chaucer's Lulu. And both of them use their CC well. I think the Janna kind of baited her ult to the last second, and Vayne would have killed the Draven, I believe, on that last auto attack had the third stack from Silver Bullets. But Janna, right at the right time, right before Vayne took that auto, actually knocked her back and gave Draven just that one extra auto attack he needed to win. And that's exactly what you want to do with support. You want to use that CC at just the perfect time, and very well played by Chromaticize there. You see the retreat pings coming off. Elise is top against the Vi Rumble. Vi's really trying to help this Rumble out because Elise is such a bully in lane, and she's doing an excellent job of that. However, Dragon has spawned again. Vi is top. She's the only one with Smite on the team. Jarvan, Ziggs, Janna, and Draven are already contending with this Dragon. It is completely melting. There is no contesting this. Jarvan does get the Smite off, and that is the second Dragon for purple. At least getting very aggressive on this Rumble now. Rumble sort of retreating, has to use his ult defensively. Sitting about half HP, gonna actually be pretty ballsy here. However, the annoying thing with Elise, or I should say one of the many annoying things with Elise, actually forcing that Rumble to back and won't get the kill, but she has all those little spiderlings around her. And so Rumble typically will win a 1v1 against someone because of his ability to kite them with the slow. Oh, actually, great ult there. Vi with that ult, though. That ult is just way too strong. Vi gets the kill on Draven. And so when you're 1v1ing an Elise, and you're relying on that skill shot slow to kite them around, it just doesn't work because the slow hits the spiderling. It doesn't hit Elise. It's just a perfect little meat shield for her. Lux actually getting a ton of damage on this Ziggs. Auto attack from both of them gets the kill. So no mids to help them out. Jarvan is on the run. I think he was looking for some assistance there. Manages to standard over the wall. Shield from Janna. Gets the knockback. Perfect play from Chromaticizer. Actually blew at least one, maybe two flashes from Vi and Chauster there. But no matter. It's 4-7. Still in favor of purple. About 5k gold up now. 5.5k gold. Volt Ninja go ahead and grabbing that blue. And Vi Lulu are going to go ahead and push that lane. What they don't see, however, is that Elise is actually right behind them. Chaucer is too low to really assist this Vayne, you know, as much as he would be able to. But the knockback was perfectly timed. Elise did the repel. No one in range to jump to. She's going to go ahead and back off. You see these four guys on purple actually just going ahead and pushing this lane. Going to go ahead and back off. That is 4 turrets for purple, only 1 for blue. So 3 kills up, about 7k, about 6.5k gold advantage, and 3 turrets on them. So they've got a lot of map vision. They're really pushing the lanes. They're using that early aggression. Again, Draven and Janna getting that turret so early allowed them to really dominate the lane. They've controlled both dragons because blue's been pushed back to their second turret. And then they can roam. So after they push that bottom lane, they get dragon, they just go mid. You know, jungler comes into a system. There's 4 of them there. They can get that turret. Then they go push top. They get that turret, and then the game just kind of snowballs out of control. What blue needs to do in this situation is keep their jungle warded because purple's playing very aggressive. They're constantly invading. Blue wants to keep everything warded. And they split. They push the lanes to halfway. The most important thing right now is that blue doesn't let purple push their waves up to the turrets because purple will keep them will just keep them split the entire time. Vi actually getting caught here. Ziggs manages to get the kill. Again, seeing this massive CC from Jarvan is you know, everyone that's ever played against him knows why he's annoying. That knock up, the slow from his shield, and if all else fails, the ult to block you off from everybody and keep you in one location for the team to just wail on you is super annoying. And with Vi down, it's a 4v5. They have no smite. Purples should be able to get this. Blue team is converging on this. Baron isn't quite to half health yet, so they actually could pick this up if Rumble lands the ult, which he does right on top of everybody. Volt Ninja is still tanking Baron extremely low. Elise, however, jumping right onto Rumble, doing exactly what she should have done. Does the Q, manages to get the kill. Ziggs kills Rumble. Lux gets Jarvan. And it looks like Vayne actually stole the Baron. So blue team has Baron, managed to get a kill as well. So closing that gap a little bit. Ziggs, Draven, and Janna all escaping. Rumble the only one dying on blue team, but they managed to get the Baron. So definitely worth it for blue. It managed to close that goal gap a little bit. It's down to about 5k now. Only 3 kills down, but there's 4 of them mid. They're full health. They're halfway to full mana. Baron's just regenning everything, and they're probably going to get a second turret here if they're able to play this correctly. You see this Vayne, the dangerous thing with Vayne is that she snowballs so hard. So, I mean, that one kill really helped her out more than it appears. You know, you think, oh, it's just one kill. Well, Vayne with Baron and 1 kill is really all you need. You know, if they're able to coordinate the CC. You see Volt Ninja is actually pretty squishy. Vi actually blowing her ult, excuse me, to lock him down. A lot of damage coming off on Vi, though. Auto attack and the ignite. Ziggs does get the kill. And Ziggs managed to get the Vi there. Looks like threw the ult on the Vi, but the dot from Draven actually picked up Vayne. I keep saying Vi. Draven actually picked up Vayne there. So 7-11 in favor of purple. Rumble's actually top right now, so I think that really hurt him. They just stayed a little bit too long. They did manage to get 2 turrets. However, purple team is answering that call. They're now rushing blue's mid. Lux is so far the only one here to defend it. Rumble's going to have to base, going to have to come mid and really help him out. Lulu's coming as well. So, you know, that's the thing with these higher elo games is that if you allow the other team to capitalize on your mistakes in any way, shape, or form, you're going to die for it. And then they're going to go push their objectives. They understand the game is not just about massacring people, running around for kills, 1v5ing. They understand that, you know, every little advantage. If the enemy team stays a little too long on that turret, push them. And you capitalize on a kill, continue to push. Get turrets. You want to take 1-for-1s. You want to have those objectives completed because that's what wins the game. And you see them, everybody's split right now. There's no major objectives on the map to take. Baron is down. Dragon's down for a little bit. It'll be up here pretty soon. And so everyone goes to their lane. Blue team keeps purple from shoving the lane too far. You see Vi and Rumble actually going top. They don't want the lane shoved that far. They want it to look like mid does, where it's actually pushing back in the enemy's direction. So blue wants purple side to be covered in minions. So they split off. Ward their jungle, as you can see on blue. Look at all this vision right here. These are wards. Not all of them are blue wards, but that's what they want. They want the jungle warded. You see the pings actually coming up on Dragon. It just spawned. There is a ward there. Chauster managed to... actually, this is a purple ward, so purple has vision of that. Chauster's sticking around for the extra vision. Let me see what items. He actually does have a ward pack, so purple's going to sit here and attempt to get this this third dragon of the game, get a further gold lead. And Lux sitting here behind the wall, trying to land a binding on this Draven. She can absolutely destroy Draven if she manages to catch him, but Draven actually gets the dragon, and Jarvan ulting in here, forces Vayne to flash. Chaucer's actually extremely low, does manage to get the ult off on this Lux, though, and Elise doing what she does, just coming in here for the cleanup. Tons of damage on this Lux. Everybody forcing them back. Purple being forced back to their blue side. Rumble actually manages to get Jarvan. Lux somehow escaped this Elise, but she is now cleaning house. She jumped on the Rumble. Actually repels in to get the Lulu, but the cleanse being blown from Vayne allows her to actually pick up the kill there. The knockback, that little bit of CC from Vi, really allows your carries to capitalize on just a split second of the enemy not attacking them. And someone like Vayne, who's actually getting a lot of these cleanup kills, has almost 200 CS, finished her BT, and has a Zeal, is really going to start to get to be a nightmare for the other team. She managed to finish like Phantom Dancer, where she's really benefiting from this attack speed. And then she's got the peel from Lux, she's got the peel from Vi, she's got the peel from Lulu, she's got a lot of peel on her team. She's going to really start to do some damage to the other team. That is, once again, that is 3 dragons, actually, 4 purple. So, gold advantage, again, is only about 3k, but that is because blue team managed to get 3 turrets. Blue team has managed to push out some of these turrets after that Baron. Tops down, 2 mid are down, and 1 bottom. So they are slowly closing that gold gap. What they want to do is watch how many kills they're giving to this Draven. There are 9 kills between Draven and Ziggs right now. Elise doing a ton of damage, being a real bully to the people in the back. And she's kind of waiting around in these engagements to jump on Lux. She's jumping on Vayne, really doing her job. But as Jarvan gets tankier and Elise gets tankier, it's going to be harder and harder to deal with. So you see Vayne bottom right now. Blue team, what they want to do is they don't want Elise to backdoor top. And so Vayne's going to kind of answer this by pushing bottom. They have vision of several of purple team players, and so what Vayne wants to do is keep this wave for pushing, because if they allow purple team to push against them, then they'll be able to shove all 3 lanes and then group up for a Baron, and that is exactly what blue team doesn't want to happen. So you see purple team looking for a fight. They're swapping some hits here mid. Jarvan is trying to look for that little gateway to initiate with his ult. Elise is pushing top. That's keeping Vi top. That's the tanky initiator for blue, is actually forced top. You see the ping. She's swapping spots with Rumble. This allows Rumble to sort of deter Elise from shoving the turret, and it's going to let Vi group back with her team, and it's going to and purple will be much more reluctant to actually jump on the team with Vi there, because she can absolutely single out Draven or Ziggs or someone like that and lock them down for just a split second. Luck's throwing a defensive ult here, keeping the creeps back. Vayne is actually top right now, pushing back against this Elise. Elise does not want to 1v1 Vayne. Vayne's got a lot of attack speed, got a lot of lifesteal, can probably 1v1 the Elise. Really depends on the player's skill there, but Purple Team actually did get the turret via initiating on Draven, forces him to ult. Rumble does the ult as well. Volt Ninja totally by himself, gets taken down by Rumble. You see Elise coming here, throwing a Q onto Rumble, but doesn't manage to get it off. Ziggs is low. Vayne is coming up here for the cleanup. Lux does a great follow-up ult there. Janna forced to ult back the Vayne, and the Rumble does hit the Vayne, but does not hit the Rumble. Rumble cleaned that up with his slow harpoon. Now Vi getting taken out by Elise. Again, Elise playing the back line here. She's going to try and counter push while these four go towards the turret. Vayne's actually coming back, going to try to 1v1 this Elise. Draven is the only one that can defend this turret, so the ping's coming off here. They want to use the momentum they have right now to push the turret. You see Vayne actually 1v1ing Elise, no problem. Force a repel, does get to the creeps, might actually escape. Really depends on whether this Vayne will catch up to her or not. Rumble picking up another kill against Draven. Draven looked like he got a little too cocky, and Vayne not going to chase the Elise. Very difficult to chase Elise with repel, and if she were to walk into a bush and get cocooned, that could definitely spell doom for Vayne. So everyone wants to heal. They want to ward deep right now. Keep vision on the map. The lanes are pretty much neutral in every lane, but the pings are coming off on Baron here. And this is going to be the next fight, probably the deciding fight. It's 13-13, only about 2.5k gold down. Purple in the lead. Turrets are one up on purple side, and then Baron just spawned. So everyone wants to ward here. They want to be prepped for Baron. They want to make sure they're grouped. No one's going to split. We'll see what happens. See the pings coming off here. Now, Purple Team is warding really deep. You can see a lot of the vision they have. It's actually going away now, though, because Lulu has the oracles. And this is something that you want to do if the game comes down to a Baron fight. Doesn't mean rush Baron and do it without vision. The other team actually catches the Janna there and actually does a ton of damage. Going to be forced to recall. That shield actually saving Chromaticize for just a second. But, yeah, I mean, basically, when it comes down to these Baron fights and everyone's kind of dancing around each other, waiting for the other one to screw up, it's going to come down to whoever has more vision. And you can see that Chromaticize is warding deep. However, he doesn't have an Oracles, and Lulu does. So Lulu just walked through there with her team, cleaned out all the vision that Purple has, and that's going to force them back. It might make them a little antsy. They may make more mistakes. It's a great call by Blue Team to pick that Oracles up. Lulu continuing to clear. Now, Dragon actually spawned too, so Purple may take the second to go do a Dragon. I highly doubt it. But they do have vision of Rumble top lane. So they can either attempt a Baron, they can just force a fight mid, or they can just split off and do Dragon. It really can go any way that they want it to. It really depends on how confident they are in, with engaging against Blue. Everyone kind of dancing around. You see Purple Team pinging this bottom turret. That's because Vayne went down there earlier and kind of split push. Now Blue Team is pushing. Top is neutral, and everyone's grouped mid. So really, in terms of the entire map, Blue Team has the advantage right now. Janna going bottom for whatever reason. Probably would not have sent her, but Janna going bottom to keep the creeps off the turret. Now, typically when this happens, what Blue Team wants to do is force an engage if they're confident enough to fight. I mean, it's a 4v5. But that Janna being bottom takes a lot of peel away from Draven. For some reason, this Elise is getting extremely cocky. Draven's not there. Janna's not there. She's forced to flash. Does manage to pull Rumble's ult. And you see the pings on this mid. Now, they know that Elise has no flash. They see Janna bottom. Blue Team has a lot of momentum right now. They are advantageous, I believe, in these upcoming fights. And so they want to push these objectives. I think that was very poor play by Elise. He tried to catch someone out, but with no vision there, you have no vision of the enemy team. That was very ballsy and ended up not being good for her. Janna has grouped up. Bottom and top still even. Purple team is pinging this turret. Now, when they do this, it either pulls, it lets blue team get a Baron, which you might say, oh yeah, it's awesome, except purple team will get turret and inhib and possibly another turret. So that's a trade that you see often. However, blue team decided that it wasn't worth it. They need the inhib, and so they backed off to defend the turret. However, it was too late for the turret. They did manage to save the inhib, but they backed off. You see the pings. Purple's pinging the inhib, blue's pinging Baron. So they want to take one of two. They're waiting for the other team to initiate. Jarvan actually jumping onto the Lulu all by himself. She glitter lances, trying to slow him down. The team's actually split right here. Lux is going to try and land a binding from around the corner, maybe take Draven out. The ult coming off of Draven. Everyone kind of split right here. This is sort of a bottleneck they want to fight in. I'm going to wait for either Jarvan or Vi. Lux landing the binding, managed to take Draven out. That's exactly what she wanted to do. And Janna being there trying to help out is actually about to die. She's running from Vi, but Vi managed to close the gap on her. Alicia just gets completely blown up. 1v5. Ziggs is recalling. Jarvan's retreating. So perfect play there. It was a 5-4. Yeah, it was a 3 for nothing, actually. All 5 blue players are up. It's not worth it to do a Baron. You can get a free inhib here. You can rotate top, which is now shoved, and get a couple turrets. And this is exactly what they want to do. Ziggs throwing Qs out, trying to get his AoE down there, trying to do everything he can to deter blue from diving. And actually, Chauster's getting split. That was a very poor play by him, actually. He's trying to let his team dive. In this situation, typically what you want to do is just get the turret, get the inhib. It's free. You don't have to do all this Randy stuff to get the kills. They're going very deep here. Does manage to get a double kill for Vayne. However, Draven is up, so he does flash onto her, manages to get the auto attack, gets the kill on Vayne, shut down. Turret being tanked by Rumble here. Lux trying to get out. So I don't think that was worth it at all. It gave Vayne a double kill, which is always nice, but they could have had an inhib. They could have rotated top and gotten a turret. So that could have been 2 turrets and an inhibitor for no deaths, which I definitely would have done. Now blue team is retreating, so purple has top and mid shoved against them. Their bot's actually shoving, so what they're going to do, they're going to split Elise, they're going to split Draven, and they're going to push top and mid back, and they're going to maintain control of Baron. You can see there's no vision anywhere here. There's pings coming off the map. This is still the main objective. And so it's going to come down to the supports. You can actually see an Oracle's on Chromaticize on Janna here, trying to just clear out the wards, make sure blue team has no vision at all. That fight there, though, 18-15 now score in favor of blue, only about 2k gold down, 1.8 actually. Lulu has an Oracle's clearing the waves. Janna has Oracle clearing waves. I meant wards. Again, it's all about vision. Dragon's up right now. Looks like blue's up on purple side as well. But with this being the main objective, it's all about maintaining this control. Now, Janna went through here first, so unfortunately there were no wards. She didn't find anything. And she managed to drop her own wards, whereas blue team came in there second. So Lulu's finding a ton of goodies here, clearing out the wards. They have control right now. This is blue's game. It's really going to come down to who engages who and who messes up. You know, Ziggs is on blue, so they got to be careful. However, the enemy team can see Rumble top. So this is really, in essence, this is a 4v4. Vayne is big, though. She's 5-5, got 230 CS, managed to finish her PD, Last Whisper, and get another BF sword. So she is big right now. If purple cannot exhaust her, if they cannot lock her down, she's going to just spell trouble for everybody. The biggest thing for purple right now is for Draven and Janna to not get caught by the Lux binding. Any team with Lux, if you ever played against her, she's a real pain because she'll hide behind a wall and she'll throw the cage, her AoE, ult, and it'll one-shot you if you're a squishy champ, instantly turning it into a 4v5 or a 3v5, which is exactly what Toxic Good did that last fight. Just immediately took Draven out, and that makes it near impossible for purple team to clean up after that. See Lulu just playing the same game. This is just a dancy part of the map here. Lux going to go ahead and pick up blue, max out that CDR, allowing her to spam that ult. That ult level 18 does about a 26-second cooldown. with, you know, 6, 7, 800 damage. I mean, it is, she can open with that and use it again before the fight's over in most cases. So this is just a wording game. You see a GA out on Jarvan. He's a scary guy right now. Volt Ninja can initiate rather recklessly as long as he sets up kills for the team, because if you focus him, he's just going to come back from GA. If you don't focus him, he's going to sit on your AD and peel and peel and peel, and does what Jarvan does. See the spamming between the Lux and the Ziggs. Lux probably, she's just going to kind of wait over here. She manages to catch the Ziggs. Didn't hit him with the AoE, however, but that's exactly what needed. Vi already locked in on Ziggs, manages to get the kill here. Blue is pushing them black. Elise is actually split off from the team. Chromaticize is about 30%. Does hit the Draven. He comes back to ult. That was a terrible decision by Draven. Vayne gets a double kill on Chromaticize. Jarvan and Elise, once again, are the only people alive. And that's exactly what the game's all about. Don't get caught by the Lux. You get caught by Lux, that binding gives a Vi just enough time to lock her ult down. Ziggs did manage to knock himself back. However, once Vi's ult's locked on you, it's locked on you. And she jumped on him, she knocked him up, he got completely demolished, and now they're pushing the objectives here. Elise and Jarvan just put out as much AoE as they can, but again, Jarvan is not a very good turret defender, right? He doesn't have, if he has no one there to initiate with him, then it's tough for him to really do anything. You saw him jump in, but Vayne just putting out massive damage. Vi actually closing the gap there, but Jarvan, I'm assuming, flashed away. And they're going to go ahead and back off. A lot of retreat pings coming up. Bottom and top are pushed. So this is absolutely Blue's game. This is what they want. Purple team has to split now to defend all 3 lanes. The middle lane doesn't have an inhibitor. So you actually see Ziggs ult coming off, trying to clear some creeps. And they have complete control of Baron now. They have vision of Jarvan. They have vision of Elise. And they're going to go ahead and start this. Now, there is a purple word on it. There's no more oracles on blue, so they don't see it. I take that back. Lulu has oracles, but isn't clearing the word for some reason. So Jarvan's here, but it is too late. Blue team manages to get Baron. Now they're retreating. Purple team might look for a cleanup here, but it doesn't look like it. They're just going to back off. Blue team's lanes are shoved. They managed to get Baron. Purple team's on the defensive. This is exactly what they want. You see everybody grouping mid. There's really no reason for blue team to split at all. They've got Baron. They've got Vision. They just want to push right down purple team's throat. They want to go straight for the Nexus turrets. If they want to prolong the game and really guarantee the victory, they may try and take top and bottom inhibs. You saw a blue ping actually top lane just now, so they may go top, get that other inhib. Once there's 3 inhibitors down, it's just it's too hard for the other team to win the game, really, because you have to win 2, 3 team fights in a row in order to push the lanes back out to neutral or better. So you see the pings coming off here. Lux is not there. It is a 5v4 top lane, but they've got all the poke in the world. You know, they can just sit back. Lux is going to shove down mid. Elise coming to answer that call. You see the pings actually. Elise engaging on the Lux. I don't know if that was Ignite. I don't believe it was. But Elise jumped on top of the Lux there and kind of pushed her back. So no harm, no foul. Nothing really happened. Jarvan's going to probably do the initiating, or Vi. Really depends on this. You know, like it's gone this entire game. It comes down to the initiators. Which carries overextend. Which tank wants to jump on the other one first. Blue team has nothing to lose right now. They're just poking and poking and poking. Gonna kind of wait for this Lux. See the wards coming out for the wall. They both want vision. Just have to wait and see. Lux kind of poking away here. Purple team can go back and base and heal, but they're not going to want to because blue team will engage or they'll push the turret. But Lux over here kind of by herself. They're kind of 3v1ing her over here, but her poke is just too strong. She's got Baron. She has very low cooldowns. She has a lot of mana and health regening constantly. She's really not scared in any way, shape, or form. As soon as she catches someone, though, I mean, that's going to be an instant 4v5. So we'll just wait and see what happens. Getting a little bit of damage out on the turret. The only poke they really have against it is Vayne. It's still about 80%. So it would take a long time. Vayne's range is relatively short. She's more of a 100% commit AD carry. Now bottom lane is actually pushed now. That blue team's creeps are actually shoving on that bottom turret. So if a purple team member doesn't actually go down there and start to defend, it actually got the turret now. So you see them rotating mid. That's because blue creeps are pushing bottom, so they have to split now to answer the call, so to speak. Those creeps, that's a massive creep wave bottom. They're going to just get that turret on its own. So purple has to split to defend it, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. And Jarvan actually going in on the initiating, started to commit, and then actually stopped. Vi answered that by zoning out this Draven. Lux actually missed the binding. Vi was forced to flash over the wall. Bottom turret still getting attacked by creeps. Lux going ahead and ulting. Actually managed to hit the Draven. He's sitting about 20% right now. This turret is almost gone. Elise actually getting hit by the bindings. Is she going to repel? Does repel for a split second, but she's going to get completely melted when she comes down. Vayne got the auto attack off. So actually Lulu got the Glitter Lance kill there, but the knockup from Lulu's ult manages to CC that Jarvan just long enough. Draven getting exhausted, actually ulted by the Vi, gets killed. Ziggs and Janna the only ones alive right now. This inhibitor's going to go down. Middle's pushing, bottom's pushing. There's nothing that they can do. Going to keep pushing creeps, going to get as much damage on the turret as they can. All 5 are alive right now, however low. There's 50 seconds before Draven comes up, 40 on Elise, 40 on Jarvan, and she is just harassing as much as she can. You actually let that Vayne sit by the pad. She's just getting auto attacks off. They're not going to try and defend this Nexus in any way. You see the cleanse actually getting rid of the exhaust from the Janna. Vayne doesn't even care. Actually hits the base and gets killed by the Ziggs. But this Nexus is half HP. Janna and Ziggs might they look like they're going to defend it for just a second. Chauster and Meteos actually forced to back off. They're both very low. Janna doing her best to harass, but I mean that pretty much spells GG for in favor of blue. This is really too much for purple team to come back from. You guys have all seen this before. They're just on the defensive. Nexus is half HP. All purple team can hope to do at this point is really shove creeps out of base and wait for inhibitors to respawn. You don't want to go fight. If you do fight, you want to fight away from the Nexus. You just push creeps as much as you can and ward your jungle. Hopefully blue team will get cocky. You can actually see Elise down here with Lulu by herself. A lot of times when a team has done as much damage to a base as blue team has to purple here, they get very aggressive and overconfident. Lulu actually baiting this out for Rumbles. Elise is forced to back off. However, Lulu baits the ult, knocks her up, and Rumble does the ult. Repel for just a split second, but is going to get completely demolished when she lands. Does she get the kill on Chauster, though? Elise manages to get the Lulu, but an important carry like that, killing a support at this point in the game, really not worth it. Elise is down for 63 seconds. Lulu's down for 55, but the utility that Lulu is offering at this point in the game is relatively trivial because the pushing power and now the minion power from all 3 lanes, because there are no inhibitors, they do not need her to go in here and win the game. And you see everybody sort of converging here. Vayne, Lux, and Rumble all converging right here. She actually catches the Janna in a binding, gets the ult off, doesn't kill her. But that's really all she needed. Now, home guard boots when you're defending a base like this is absolutely essential. See, Janna's actually bursty move speed, gets a ton of health, ton of mana instantaneously. Home guard makes defending your base much more. Well, let's just say easier than it used to be. Doesn't mean that they're going to come back and win this game. They've got a lot of creeps to kill, and all blue team has to do is come in here, catch one person, and completely pressure this base and win the game. Elise is up now, however, Lulu's up. But it is a 5v4 momentarily. Lulu is across the map, so Chaucer's trying to come across, but now that Elise is up, Jarvan wants to initiate on top of the Rumble, actually blows the ult for him. A defensive Zoniz actually blocks the Ziggs ult, however, and an ult from Rumble actually lets him live. Shield from Lux keeps him alive. That was an amazing play. Great Zonias. Otherwise, that could have been very bad. You see Lux, Vi, and Vayne sort of pushing this bottom inhibitor. It is a 5v3 now, but they're not too scared. I mean, you see this Vi kind of dancing around. Jarvan actually getting the knockup, but Lux lands the ult, manages to take 3 or 4 of them actually to about 30%. Chaucer doing the backdoor dance, pushing against. Now he's completely screwed, but Lulu gets a huge move speed, actually Vayne activating the ult, getting on top of the Elise, trying to momentarily save the Lulu. Lulu ults herself, knocks the Elise up, who actually dies. Jarvan is forced to flash. Chauster gets the kill on Volt Ninja. He actually goes down. Was that Whimsy or whatever it is, turns you into a rabbit. Draven gets completely locked down there. Forced to flash. Chauster lives. Ziggs trying to throw a couple Qs down here. Does get the kill, but another Lux ult actually took him out. A Janna ult pushed the Vayne back into the base. Vayne died. However, the base is getting completely massacred by creeps. So, very good game there. That is exactly what controlling your lanes, warding your jungle, and taking advantage of objectives like Dragon, Baron, and really not getting too needy and too greedy on the fights. Slowly but surely, you'll win the game. This is Diinx again with twoshift.com. That's my 4th solo commentary at a diamond level solo queue match. Again, looking for feedback. Please comment on the YouTube chat box area, and there's a feedback page on our website, twoshift.com.